What's going on, everybody? This is masterguil and welcome back to more Adastra. In the last episode, we had a little bit of a heart-to-heart with Amicus. He revealed why he is taking us from Earth, some sort of not scheme, not plot. Would you call it a ritual or some way that they do it on his planet of Adastra? He kidnapped us, taking us from Earth so that we could become his pets. First of all, back up on that. I don't know about Marco, but if this was me, hell no, I'm not becoming anyone's pet. I am the alpha. I'm the top dog around here. Let's get that straight right now. Second of all, I don't know where I was going with that, but anyway, he's taking us back to Adastra so we could become his pet, so he can compete. He's competing with his brother to become emperor of his planet. I don't know how this is going to work out, but apparently right now we're just now landing to Adastra, and the only way for us to get back to Earth is to get some powerful items that only Amicus can get once he's emperor. So once he talks to the parents, he can get more resources to power up the ship that was left behind by his father. He could take us back to Earth. And so anyway, looks like we're about to land on Adastra, so let's continue where we left off on the last episode. Every now and then there's a bit of a downward tug on my stomach, sort of like when the passenger jet I was in was landing in Rome. I had imagined that things would rattle around along with a bunch of fire and heat like a Hollywood movie. Instead, there's only a rumbling sound that accompanies a gentle vibration through the seat. There isn't any fire, but I do start to see blue flashes on the otherwise black windows. I look over at Amicus to see that he's got his eyes closed, looking relaxed. The wolf opens his eyes and smiles gently at me. Don't worry, this is all normal. I realize how nervous I must look, so I nod and lean my head back in the seat. The electric blue flashes stop after a while, and then I feel one final downward pull on my body before the rumbling fades out. We sit in complete silence and darkness for a moment before I hear Amicus moving next to me. Okay, we're in a hangar right now. Just follow me into the palace. Palace? Amicus gets up, but the ship stays dark. So does the hangar. Okay, why aren't there any lights? Everyone's probably asleep. I don't want to wake them up. Who sleeps in the hangar? I get the feeling that he just doesn't want anyone else to catch us, but I don't say anything. I fiddle with my seatbelt, unable to get it undone until I feel Amicus lean over me, breathing in my ear as his large paw covers mine, pressing something that releases the strap. I stand up, feeling around blindly as I hold onto the seat, only barely able to make out the red bristles of the headrest in front of me. I reach out a hand. Hey, Amicus' rough paw pads envelop my hand. What's wrong? I can't see anything. Oh, can you not see in low light? Amicus starts pulling me along before I hear a soft beat, then a whooshing sound. Not really. Another sound catches my attention. Crickets. Okay, if we start playing that song by Tiger, I know we're probably going to get hit with copyright, so let me try not to make that reference. They have crickets here too? At the same time, I'm hit by a wall of humid warmth, almost like walking into a sauna. Amicus puts a paw against my chest. Wait a second. Then I hear a soft thud followed by a grunt. Hello? Lean down. My eyes have adjusted a bit more to the dark, and I'm barely able to make out what I think are paws reaching up toward me. I crouch down and Amicus grabs me under the arms before pulling me clumsily off the deck of the ship. My face mashes up against his furry chest before I'm set down on my feet. Alright. So we're just going to go straight to my room. Try not to make too much noise. I start to nod, but Amicus is already pulling me along. The humidity presses down on me like a physical force, and I start to worry that I might actually have trouble surviving on this moon. It's really hot. Things will cool off once we're inside. I can hear him panting heavily as we move through the hangar. I still can't see much, just angular shapes in the darkness, but finally I see some light ahead along with some cold air. We turn the corner and I have to blink against how bright it suddenly becomes. Wow. That's actually really well done. That's really pretty. Look at the architecture. The person who made the art style on this did an amazing job. I look around at the pillars and marble floor, the bright lights above me, and what looks like a garden complete with statues extending out through the archways. Well, at least I know Amicus wasn't lying about living in a palace. What do you think? Wow, I mean, it looks really cool, really expensive. I don't know if that last part was such a great compliment, but Amicus seems happy. Thanks. It's going to be your home for a while, so I'm glad you like it. Amicus adjusts his cape, fanning it out a little. This is only a small portion of the palace, of course. I'll show you around later, but for now, I want to go to my room and dry out a little. I must look like a mess right now. The humidity doesn't do my fur any favors. I can tell Amicus is genuinely embarrassed, even if he's trying to joke, so I put a hand up to my hair. I have a little less to worry about, but I'm sure my hair is pretty crazy right now. True, that patch of fur really is something, though. The wolf reaches out and touches my hair, rubbing it between the pads on his fingers. We made physical contact several times over the last day, but this is the first time it really feels friendly. Oh, yes. Yes. Contact. I still don't trust you. We stand there for a moment, just long enough for things to get awkward. Amicus pulls his hand back suddenly, as if realizing what he's doing. Oh, he's saved from having to think of something to say, as we both hear footsteps coming up the hall to our right. Oh, crap! What? Hide and be quiet! Amicus whispers at me and suddenly pushes me hard back the way we came. I stumble before scrambling around the corner. The footsteps get louder and I stand up and press my back against the wall, listening. Amicus! I jump, the person almost shouting Amicus's name. Cassius? Amicus's deeper voice responds, sounding cool and collected. Where the hell have you been? His voice is higher pitched and a little more articulate than Amicus's. I start to look around the corner, then hesitate. Then I do it anyway, wanting to see who this person is. Luckily, Amicus has moved further down the hall so that I'm slightly behind this Cassius guy. This is Cassius? Ah, he looks like a total snob. Oh boy. I see a white wolf, quite a bit smaller compared to Amicus, but no less intimidating. Maybe even more so. I can tell by his demeanor that he's probably not a fun person to be around. I was out hunting. Is something wrong? Hunting? For 2 days? Is that a joke? Was it that long? Yes! You were supposed to make a speech in Lux yesterday. How many times did we remind you of it? Cassius suddenly takes a deep breath. Really, Amicus, you seem to expect everyone to cover up for your mistakes. I can't comprehend how could you have forgotten? I lost track of time. That's not an excuse. How do you expect to become emperor if you act this way? Amicus growls. Don't even pretend, Cass. You're probably happy I missed it. That's ridiculous. Amicus, I only want what's best for the Empire. Amicus opens his mouth, then shuts it immediately. No, I'm not doing this tonight. I'm tired, and I just want to go to bed. Cassius quietly regards Amicus for a moment, then shakes his head. Well, Virginia went in your stead, so you have to thank her when she returns. She's better at this sort of thing anyway. The point was to show Lux that the next possible emperor stands in solidarity with them. Sending your sister is not a good look. Well, walking around in undergarments doesn't look good either. You think that's how an emperor should behave? No one's awake, Amicus. Don't be such a pup. I'm just saying, you look really small without your armor. Now that is not a good look for an emperor. Excuse me? What? I only want what's best for the Empire, and a little runt like you definitely isn't. They stare at each other for a long time, and though I have no idea what's going on, I can almost see the electricity arching between them. Finally, Cassius turns on his heel and stalks away, tail swishing furiously. Good night, Amicus. Amicus stands there for a moment, still puffed out a little before he finally deflates. Damn it! I stand quietly around the corner, waiting for Amicus to call me back. When he doesn't, I whisper at him. Amicus? His ears prick up and he turns to me. Hey, come on. We should go before anyone else decides to show up. Okay. I can tell by the way the wolf walks, his ears slightly down, his tail almost dragging, that he's not in a good mood. You alright? Yeah, I'm fine. My brother just knows how to irritate me, and I shouldn't have said that to them. We walk quietly through the marble halls, the echoing of our footsteps the only sound. Is he not supposed to see me? I just need to think of the right way to introduce you, and now isn't the best time. Is he the one who challenged you from the throne? Amicus is quiet for a moment before heaving a huge sigh. Yes, and he's really starting to turn my life upside down because of it. Sometimes I think he just sees this all as a game. We continue to stop at what looks like a door. It's completely smooth though, made of what also looks like marble. Amicus doesn't really want to... Oh god, I can't read. Amicus doesn't make any move to open it. And you know, he never seemed concerned for me and my duties until after he made his challenge. That's what bothers me the most, and know that it's all just an act. I guess you're not really close with him then. Not since we were pups, no. A disturbing thought suddenly hits me. Well, you know, in Earth's ancient Rome, the place where you guys uplifted, people will kill each other over the throne. Like a lot. Does that happen here? Amicus frowns. I suppose it's happened in the past, but if that was a long time ago. Besides, Cassius would never do something like that. Sure. Amicus sticks out his paw and presses it to a black square on the wall. The door slides open without a sound. Dang. Okay, Amicus. I see you. Okay, I can dig this. I mean, you ain't got no TV, ain't got no games or nothing like that, but still, I see you. Wait a minute. Why do you have all those pillows over there? I mean, I don't even know why I'm talking. This is similar to what I have on my bed. I have a crap set of pillows on my bed, so I should not be talking. Let me revoke that statement. Let me revoke that question. I feel a rush of cool air come out of the room, and Amicus lets out a happy sigh as he steps inside. Ah, that's much better. My dad's advisor keeps the climate way too hot in the rest of the palace. I follow the wolf inside and look around. Aside from a few quirks, the room looks like it could have come straight out of any luxury hotel on Earth. Amicus sits heavily on the bed, making it squeak. He starts to strip off his clothing. Oh, okay. I'm glad. Wait, hold on, man. I think you're getting a little bit too comfortable. Wait a minute. Toilet and bath are in there. He nods ahead at another door across from the bed. Then he jabs a thumb back at the large curtain. That's the balcony if you want to get some air, though I don't know why you would in this weather. Then he points at the couch. And that could be where you sleep, if it's alright with you. I have no other aliens to prefer the floor, though. The couch is fine. I walk over to the red sofa, sizing it up. It's more than big enough, but as I pick up the little black pillow, I notice it's covered in fur. I inconspicuously pick some of it off before a light blanket smacks into the back of my head. There you go. Is that all okay? Yeah, this is good. I hope the blanket will be enough to keep off the cold that seems to be wafting down from the ceiling. Good. Like I said earlier, I'll show you the rest of the palace tomorrow. We'll get some real food too. Do you even know what I eat though? Amicus sprawls back onto the bed, not bothered to draw up any blankets, his eyes closed. I actually want real food now, but I don't say anything and instead lay down, the sofa a bit harder than I expected. Good support, I guess. As I'm settling in, I think Amicus has already fallen asleep, but that's when he speaks again. And thanks, Marco. I don't know what he's thanking me for. For not killing him on the ship? For agreeing to help him become emperor? For the way I took this crappy sofa and flimsy blanket without complaint? I'm not sure, so all I say is, sure. Then I hear the wolf snoring softly, and the lights suddenly dim down until they're off. I lay there a while, though I'm not sure for how long. In fact, time seems to have lost all meaning since I was abducted. Amicus's brother said it had been 2 days, but didn't Amicus say that time freezes when traveling in the stretch drive? Have you really spent that much time idling around? I need to stop thinking about everything that doesn't make sense, because that's basically everything. I just need to help this wolf so I can get the hell back home. Then I can pick apart everything I've been through all I want. For now, I just need to help things move along as smoothly as possible. With that thought in my head, and with the soft sounds of Amicus' gentle snoring, I'm lulled into a light and troubled sleep. The dream I have is strange. I'm in a black void of some kind, and despite the emptiness, I have some sort of purpose. I don't know what that is, but I'm being driven towards it. It's not a good dream. It's a borderline nightmare. The empty void isn't the scary part, though. It's the feeling that I'm being watched by someone. or something. It's the feeling that I have no say in where I'm going. No choice at all. Not so subtle foreshadowing? I'm very curious about you. What? I'm limited in what I can ask, but I will start with this. What is death to you? Oh, we got choices here? Me personally, I don't like thinking about this. I don't think anybody likes thinking about death. I mean, if death is oblivion, then everyone will forget who died. And to me, that's not a good thing. You will want to remember the people who have passed, so you can live on for them. So I'll say infinity. Very interesting. I mean, is this what purpose is this? I mean, is this a telltale where the choices just don't matter? is that what I'm going with? Sometime just before I fully wake up, I hear something moving around behind me, followed by a muffled voice, and then a soft padding sound that fades out after a few moments. I wonder if one of my flatmates just arrived and looked into my room for some reason. As I shifted around, I found out how weirdly firm the bed I'm laying on is. My bed was softer than this when I got into it. And where are the sheets? Oh yes, we remember we're back here. I open my eyes to see a red, velvety surface in front of me. Then I turn over to see an unfamiliar ceiling with a gold square pattern above me. Oh yeah. I look over toward the bed where I expect to see Amicus, but it's empty. I stare again at the ceiling for a while, letting the sudden realization that I'm still here wash over me. I go over everything that happened yesterday, the last shred of hope that I've been dreaming fading from my mind. I look over Amicus' bed again, wondering if he'd gone into the bathroom. I listen for a while, but I don't hear anything coming from the door across the bed. There's a muffled sound of what I assume are birds chirping coming from behind the curtain. Slowly, I slide up the sofa, feeling the cold marble against my bare feet as I do. Wait, we're barefooted? Where are our shoes at? Did we get kidnapped without having any shoes on? Or did he take them off before we got on the couch? I shiver and decide to bring the blanket with me, wrapping it around my shoulders. I shuffle around the sofa and move to the side of the large curtain to pull it back just slightly. Oh, wow. That's pretty nice. I do like the look of sunrises, but I'm a sunset type of guy. I like how the sunset looks. The air that comes through is fresh and immediately reminds me of camping by a lake during summer camp. That would make sense because ahead of me is what looks like a massive body of water that seems to come right up to the edge of the balcony. It's warm, but not nearly as humid as it was last night. Pink and orange light paints the clouds of the horizon, and for a moment I take in the sight. The hills and mountains to either side of the lake are covered in lush green trees. So is the little island away out to my left. What is on that island? Very curious. In the distance, on the other side of the lake, is what looks like a city of some kind. It's hard to tell how big it is since it's a good ways away, but from what I could tell, the buildings are massive, and the smaller structures that taper off to the side seems to stretch far off behind them. Dim lights from windows glitter in the distance, and I wonder if that city is full of wolves like Amicus and Cassius. Despite my situation, I kind of want to go see it. As I watch, I see a small, dark oval shape descend down toward the city, blinking blue and red lights. Is that the sound of the police? I'm sorry. I have to smile and shake my head a little. I still want to go back to Earth, but this is undeniably amazing. I let the curtain slide shut finally and turn back into the room. So where did that big wolf go to? He could have at least told me before he ran off. Good morning, Marco. I jump as the computer voice crackles overhead. I clutch my chest, breathing hard as the voice continues. Amicus has a message for you. There's a pause. Then, hey, Marco, I'm going to my morning meditation. It's in a room just down the hall, and I'll be back in approximately an hour. Why don't you take the time to get familiar with the room? There's a pause. Then, are you still recording, Com? Yes. To end recording, say end of message. Oh, see you soon, Marco. End message. Is it still to end recording, say end message? My gods, end of message. I hear Amicus starting to curse again before the message cuts off. I look around the room a bit, noticing how little there is to get familiar with. I could have looked through the dresser, but I assume that's mostly filled with Amicus's things, and I doubt he wants me to get familiar with those. Why? Does he have stuff in there that we're not supposed to see? Well, what am I even asking that? I would have did it anyway. I move across the room towards the bathroom door, standing in front of it for a moment before studying the black panel in the middle of it. It's similar to what Amicus used to open the door in the hallway. I reached out and tried to push it, and the moment my fingers brush against the surface, the door slides to the side so fast that I jump. Oh my goodness. Oh wow, this almost looks like a normal bathroom. This does look like a normal bathroom. The lights inside come on, slowly illuminating the interior. I poke my head inside, then quickly step in, imagining the sliding door suddenly closing and chopping my head off. Oh god, we've been watching too many movies. It stays open so I'm halfway in the room, then it closes automatically. There's a large sink to my left, and an even larger mirror above it. Well, we can't see that. In the corner, there's a marble-looking bench with a hole that I can only assume is the toilet. Finally, across from that is a large bath and what I imagine to be the shower. These look like potions in here. I actually really need to pee, so I head over to the bench and do my business down the hole, hoping that it's not something like a laundry chute and I'm pissing on the servants below. As soon as I start, though, water begins to pour down the sides of the tube, leaving me pretty sure that this is indeed a toilet. I guess I should be more confident in assuming things about this place. Not everything has to be assumed, though. Assumptions can lead to disastrous results. Everything is fairly similar to what I had on Earth. I walk over to the sink and push at the faucet, then I stick my hand under it and water starts pouring out. I'm tempted to take a drink, but then I notice the water is bubbly and soapy looking. Having nothing left to do in the bathroom, I turn back to the door and find the black square again. I reach for it and just like that, before the door slides open. Oh no! Cassius is here! Hooray! Oh, this is gonna go swimmingly. If he thinks he's going to get away with it. Cassius is facing away from me, his arms folded as his bushy white tail swishes from side to side. I freeze up, staring at him wide-eyed. I have plenty of time to jump to the side, maybe hide in the shower area, but I just stand there like an idiot as the whoop turns around, almost in slow motion. He freezes just like I did when he spots me standing in the doorway. We stare at each other for a moment, for a very long moment. Then he screeches, making me jump back in shock. Oh gods! Adipole! What is that? The wolf dodges back and forth, as if expecting me to try and run at him. Cato! Cato! Help! Come quick! Finally, Cassius' little dance of terror ends with him sprinting to my left and out of the room. I stand there for a moment, listening to his screams fade down the echoing hallway while wondering if I should hide or something. Maybe go back into the bathroom and try to lock it. Instead, I hear more thudding, someone running up the hallway from the other end. Then Amicus comes running into the room, sliding to a stop in the middle of it. He spins in a circle, then spots me and runs up to me. What happened? Cassius came in and saw me. You let him see you? What? No, he just came in. Where were you? Meditating. I left a message. Where did he go? Cassius? He just ran off. Oh, damn it! Amicus stands there, his tail thrashing back and forth. I glare at him. If you hadn't just left me here, this wouldn't have happened. Cassius shouldn't have even come in here. Amicus turns away and starts pacing back and forth. What are you doing? Shh, I'm thinking. I bristle a little at being shushed, but I stay quiet, watching the wolf stalk back and forth. Then I hear voices again, Cassius along with another, deeper voice. Amicus turns to me. Just be quiet for a moment as I try to explain things. Understand? I glare at Amicus. His ears flatten as his expression becomes more desperate. Please. I still don't say anything, but give him a curt nod. Amicus reaches out toward my shoulder, then pauses and instead offers his paw to me. I take it and he gently pulls me from the bathroom to stand next to him in the middle of the room, facing the open doorway into the hall. Amicus fixes a confident smile on his face, though I can feel how tense he is next to me. From around the corner comes Cassius, but he's hiding behind someone else, another wolf. Who in the world is this? Is this a captain? They both stop in the doorway, and the larger wolf takes in both Amicus and I. Amicus, what are you doing with it? Step away! Amicus gently places his paw around my shoulder, drawing me in against his bulk. Cassius' eyes whiten at that, as though the wolf next to him seems to have no reaction. Well, of course. I can't even tell how he's looking. Then again, that could be just because I can't see his eyes. Exactly. What are you doing, Amicus? Amicus clears his throat. Cassius? Cato? He nods he nods to each of them in turn. This is my pet, Marco. Cassius' mouth falls open. The other wolf, Cato, seems to shift a bit at that. Silence drags out. Then Cato shifts again. Is that where you went the past 2 days, Amicus? I don't know how his voice will be, so. Amicus' arms tighten a bit around my shoulders, drawing me in closer. Yes. And that's where you took your father's ship? A slight pause. Yes. Cassius gasped. He can't do that! He glances at Cato. Can he? The bigger wolf is quiet, and even though I can't see his eyes, I get the feeling that he's watching me closely. Cassius turns his glare back on Amicus. Where did it come from? Amicus rubs my arm. He came from far away. Is he a child? Wait, is he a child? Yes. What? He can't just take someone else's child, can he? Again, Cassius looks at Cato, and once again, Cato is quiet. Then he finally sighs. We will discuss this over breakfast, Amicus. Get dressed and bring the creature with you. As long as he's safe? Of course. Then we will continue the conversation there. And with that, Cato turns on his heel and walks out of the room, leaving Cassius to look after him with a gaping mouth. He turns back on us, snarling. I don't know what you're planning with that thing, Amicus, but if I know you, it's going to be incredibly stupid. He takes another second look at me with unmistakable disgust. You could at least obtain one that isn't quite so ugly, you know. Leave, Cassius, and don't think about snooping around in my room again. Understood? Cassius doesn't respond and simply walks away, looking over his shoulder just before he leaves. And expect to receive punishment from Cato for stealing father's ship. Absolutely outrageous. I watch Cassius' tail swish out of sight behind the doorway. Amicus lets out a huge sigh, and I feel his chest deflate against my shoulder. Damn it! I sigh as well. You really didn't think all of this through, did you? I slowly move out from under the wolf's heavy arm. Like I said, I've made many mistakes. I'm just tired of lying now. You still told them I'm a child. Amicus brings a paw abruptly up to his mouth, touching the pads of his fingers to his lips. It might not be a shushing gesture that I'm familiar with, but I know what it means. Amicus listens, his ears straight up and eyes looking up at the ceiling. Finally, he looks back at me, whispering. That is something I could never tell them the truth about, and it would be best if you never mention it again. Please. His suddenly serious demeanor cools my mood a little, so I just sigh again and sit on the edge of his bed. Amicus stands there awkwardly for a moment, then quickly moves over to the open door, placing a paw on the square to close it. He moves back over to me, his voice still lowered. Well, if we're going to pass you off as a pet, then I should probably get you familiar with your duties. I'm sorry, my duties? I raise an eyebrow at Amicus. He sighs. I understand your frustration, but we need to do this right if we want things to go as smoothly as possible. You don't have to do anything, but will help you blend in better. I roll my eyes and lean back on my hands, looking up at Amicus. All right, what do I do? Well, first of all, I take my shower and you help me wash. What? Help you wash? Yes. You would soak my fur and such. We stare at each other for a moment. It's something that others wouldn't see, so I suppose it's not necessary. Unless you want to. No! Well, alright then. Never mind on that one. Amicus is clearly offended. Listen, I'm not gonna soap up your naked body. Yeah, you made that clear. Anyway, I'd rather skip the shower today, but don't skip the shower. I mean, come on. You could take a shower, but I don't want to wash your ass. Anyway, I'd rather honestly skip the shower today, but spending all that time in the spaceship has left me rather unkempt. Amicus turns to the bathroom, opens the door. You should at least come into the bathroom while I shower in case Cassius decides to barge in again. You can stare at the wall or something. Oh god. We're really in the... Oh my god, this is making me uncomfortable. Amicus stalks into the bathroom. I have to smile as I follow him in. The door closes quietly behind me. Amicus noticed me smirking. What? I shrugged. Nothing, just kind of funny how you got so huffy. I don't know what that means. Amicus is adjusting his underwear, then it suddenly drops and I quickly look away. Bro, no! I don't want to see that! I suppose your people prefer modesty? Out of the corner of my eye, I could tell that Amicus has a smirk of his own. Around others, at least. And guys don't just walk around naked, so don't you prefer modesty too? It all depends on the time and place. Amicus moves into the shower, and for the next 10 or so minutes, I sit on the counter while the room fills with steam. Once the water shuts off, a loud fan starts up, and I glance over to see Amicus with his arms out, his fur blowing back and forth. He noticed me look over and then look away again. You know, he has to almost shout over the fan. You could have cleaned up too if you showered with me, but you won't have time with breakfast coming up. You'll have to do it after. I shrug away as Amicus steps out and grabs clean undergarments hanging from a hook, which he spends the next minute tying on. Alright, balls are gone. You can look now. Did you really say that? Actually, do you even have those? I don't want to assume. I'm a dude! I open the door and head back out. Guess you'll never know. Amicus spends another minute in the bathroom opening a door under the sink and rifling around in it. The next thing you're supposed to do is get a brush and oils from here. He lifts a brush and a few glass bottles with colorful liquids inside before coming over to stand in front of me. He sighs. I know you don't want to, but I realize now that I'm repulsive to you, but I can't really reach every part of my coat. And it would be strange if I call a drone when I have a pet. I think I'm making another moody remark, but the expression on his face makes me pause. I suppose I'm being a little bratty right now. Besides, what else am I going to do while I'm here? Sit on the sofa all day? I get up and take the brush from Amicus and I see a surprised smile on his face. Thank you, Marco. He shows me how to apply one of the liquids, a honey-colored one, to the brush. It's a treatment for my fur. It keeps it soft and voluminous looking. Here, you just take the brush and run it... Excuse me. Here, you just take the brush and run it with the lay on my fur. He hands the brush to me and then stands facing away. I slowly start to run the brush through the fur between his ears and down his broad back, watching as the slightly disheveled hairs line up and lay down smoothly. It accentuates his shoulder blades and the thick and smooth muscles in his back. I'm hesitant at first, but I become more confident with each stroke. Actually, it's kind of relaxing. That is, until I brush down the left side of his neck, which makes him gasp. I pull back quickly. Sorry, did I brush too hard? He chuckles. No, that's just where you hit me earlier. Oh. I look closer and see that what looks like a lump under the fur. I carefully brush around it and move to Amicus's front. Amicus, meanwhile, has his eyes closed with a smile on his face, clearly enjoying himself. I'm not! This is so cringe! I mean, granted I would do this if I had another dog, but no, not like this. I would not be brushing another man like this. I'm sorry about that, by the way. I was really scared when I did it. Don't worry about it. I deserved it for tying you up so poorly. Amicus gives me a wink. I feel my face grow a little hot as I focus on getting the fur to lay just right on his biceps. And you know, you're not repulsive to me at all. I was just being a dick earlier. You look... good. Well, I suppose I was too. I shouldn't have made fun of your sensibilities. All aliens have their own cultures, which are different, but that doesn't mean less valuable. Huh? Amicus' tone suddenly weirdly rehearsed, like he's quoting something. And also, thank you, Marco. I think you look good too. He might just be returning a compliment, but it's nice to hear after what Cassius said. But I definitely wasn't lying. Now that I'm this close to him, I have to admit that he's a little handsome. Okay, no, I wouldn't go that far. His face is expressive and kind of charming, and there's just generally friendly air about him. Did you remember that we're kidnapped? How is this water under the bridge? Don't tell me that you're trying to trust him now, because I still don't. And well, then there's his body. It's thick and masculine, like a burly human. You mean... No. Why why we're focusing on this. And I really can't deny that it's kind of appealing. Kind of. I start to brush down the wolf's front, feeling his chest and stomach rise against the brush with his breathing. I sculpt the light of fur around his pecs to accentuate them better than since it seems that he has keeping it. Oh my god. English! I swear, that's my first language. I sculpt the light of fur around his pecs to accentuate them better since it seems that's how he was keeping it earlier. I can't blame him. Now I move to his belly, moving the brush over its thick and slightly rounded form. The muscles are less defined here, but I could still sense the strength underneath it all. As I brush the lower parts of his midsection, I noticed the crotch of his loincloth bulging out rather Alright, thank you, Marco. That should be good. He takes the brush from my hands and turns away, leaving me with a strong suspicion that he's adjusting himself, though he covers it up by pretending to mess with the other bottle. Oh, dude. Come on, man. Oh no, he was getting excited from us brushing him. This is so perverted. Finally, he turns around looking flushed. Hold out your paws, please. I stick out my hands and he tips the bottle over. The liquid in this having a purplish tint to it. Several drops falling into my hand. Immediately, my nose is filled with that lavender scent that I've been smelling off of Amicus since I first met him. Rub them together and just sort of pat up my body underarms, along with my neck as well. This shouldn't be this intimate. I can tell Amicus is still flustered, so I do it quickly, not wanting to linger and cause Dwarf any other problems. Maybe it just feels really good to be brushed like that? Is this like perfume? Yes, it keeps the muskier scents hidden for the most part. I see. Do you use perfume? Well, I guess I do wear something like that on my underarms. No, you should have corrected yourself. You should have just said, I do, but it's a male version. It's called cologne. That's what males use. Feel free to use it then. On this planet, I guess we could use it, but get it corrected. This is cologne. I decide not to tell him that lavender scents are mostly for women on Earth. Besides, it does smell nice. Once the perfume is done, Amicus moves on to getting dressed, showing me how to drape his cape over his shoulders. Alright. So I know you only have the pair of clothes you came with, so I'll have the tailor drone up. Oh my god. So I'll have the tailor drone come up later today to see if we can't make you more pairs of what you have. Oh, okay. Now, let's head to the dining room before we're late. Amicus pauses, frowning. Now, I know you won't like it, but you're going to have to feign some ignorance in front of the others. I raise an eyebrow. How so? Well, you're going to need to act a bit dumb. The antagonistic feelings that have been fading over the past few minutes start to rise up again. And how do I do that? He shrugs. I don't know. Give them vacant stares, incoherent mumbles, act like you can't grasp more complex matters. The whole point is to make it seem like you're a typical child. I don't like it, but I don't want to have anything to do with those aliens, so if it'll make them leave me alone. Alright. Amicus lets out a breath, clearly relieved. Thank you, Marco. This may not always been the case, but for now we need to play on the safe side of things. Just let me do all the talking. You got it. Great. Now let's hurry to the dining room. I don't want to make Cato more angry than he already is. And with that, I follow Amicus out into the hallway. Okay, I think this is where I'm gonna call it here. So this has been a very interesting introduction into the planet Adastra, and we've already met Cassius, Amicus's brother, and he's not too pleased that Marco has deemed us as a pet. Hell, I don't even like the title itself, but we're going. I guess this is the only way for us to blend in and have things run smoothly, so we find a way back home. Still don't know how long that's going to be. He says like a month or so. Amicus is true on his word, but semantics. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you saw, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, share with your friends, share with your family. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, check out all the other content that I've done. Be sure to tune in next time. We'll continue reading Adastra, and hopefully we'll get some more context as to what's going on and seeing what Cato and Cassius has to say about us being here. So, this is Master Guil, I'll see you on the next part of Adastra.